Today we're going to be making Julie's skewers, her shrimp skewers. So I'm going to do it with polymer clay. So here's the supplies that we're going to need. Okay, so here's my colors, and I've got the yellow for the pineapple, the white and orange for the shrimp, and then for these end pieces I'm going to mix, I'm not sure, I might mix some orange with translucent or mix it in with like this bronzy color of clay. So let's get started. So you're going to make a ball of polymer clay, and then you want to make like a little, let's say like log, probably about, maybe that might be like 1.5 inches long. And then I'm going to pull on it and make the tail of the shrimp. The good thing with polymer clay is that you can make 100 mistakes, put it back in a ball, and reshape it. So there's my shrimp, and now I'm going to add the orange detail. So for the veining of the shrimp, which is the orange lines that go through it, we start out with a ball of polymer clay, and then you want to make it into a skinny little worm type. Before I cut it, I just smashed it to make it a little bit flat, and so I'll cut off a piece and put it along the shrimp. And just cut the edges. Okay, so for the pineapple that we're going to do now, again, you always sort of start off with a ball of clay, and you just, once you get used to working with polymer clay, you're sort of going to eye the amount that you're going to use. I'm sort of starting with these small pieces. I think there'll be enough, and we need 6, 3 on each skewer. Okay, so I'll take my first one, and basically what we're just going to do is sort of try to start shaping it. Got a basic shape there, and then the only thing I'm going to do is give it some texture of the pineapple. We'll take something, a plastic knife or something like that with a skinny edge, and we're just going to score the top of it to make it look like a pineapple. And so we have 5 more to do. Okay, so for the last layer, or the bottom of the skewer, where there's just a circle and like a starfish, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix 2 colors together to try to simulate that color, which this is like a bronze and a piece of the orange. And you could also do this, I might give it a shot by using the translucent clay with the orange, or that bronzy type. And if you do knead it and mix it together, it will take on a different color. And you mix it until you get the desired color. So look at the color that I got by mixing those two, and it's fairly close to the one in the picture. So I'm going to proceed. I'm going to cut this in half and just make a round disc, and I'm going to bake it as such, and then when it's done baking, I'll go ahead and paint the starfish design that it has. So I'm ready to go into the oven. I'm going to bake this. I put it on a little cake pan or any kind of a baking pan. I put it on parchment paper, and then I'm going to bake it like at 200 or 225 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes. So my pieces are out of the oven, and I'm going to go ahead now and draw the starfish design that's on the bottom part of the skewer onto my round discs. So I'll let that dry for a few minutes, and then I'll go ahead and Mod Podge all the pieces to give them a little shine. And then I've got my little skewers, and I'm going to go ahead and just glue them on here. They were not thick enough to put a hole through it, so I think that's going to look good enough. So I hot glued the pieces onto the skewers, and here's the finished product. And here's the picture of the original, and they came out pretty good. Thanks for watching.